together, it can be. We're asking that you all consider what the community is saying. Also, we would like to invite you to our community town hall meeting on Thursday evening at 6:30. Come out. Safe communities. We want our elderly to be safe and live in safe communities. We want the same thing that you all want for your families, and we're asking that you give us that opportunity as the funding comes down through this executive order. And thank you for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Ms. Berry, and thank you, Ms. Alston, for coming and presenting your thoughts and or concerns, both, but we
mentioned that you've got an organization that's doing roundtable meetings. Is that, what's the name of the organization?
It's the Southern Regional Economic Development Roundtable.
Okay.
So is this committee already been established, or does it have enough room for anybody else to be at the table?
There's room.
There's room.
There's room.
You got a Southern Regional Economic.
the Southern Regional Economic
Yes. It is.
Development Roundtable.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a coalition of 7 southern states that have come together.
Thank you.
Yes. You're welcome.
All right. The next item on the agenda is Resolution 2021-61, which is the authority to purchase real property. Council, what this does is this allows the mayor the discretion to enter purchase certain real property for up to the appraised value. And we're talking about, in lack of a better term, Ms. Sanders, the McClendon property. Is that the best way to describe it?
It's a 216 East College Street.
Okay. All right, council, you have the resolution and Exhibit A, which is the partial description with the map before you. Are there any questions or comments regarding this particular resolution? If not, is there a motion to approve the resolution?
So moved.
Ms. Moultrie, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Baker. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the resolution is agreed to. Thank you, council. The next item is Ordinance 422, which is to establish an entertainment district in downtown Troy. This will constitute the second reading of that resolution. And Ms. Sanders, do you mind giving us a brief description of Ordinance 422?
Yes, sir. This ordinance creates an entertainment district in downtown Troy. The entertainment district will not be open at all times. It will only be open for certain hours during designated community events. While the district is open, patrons will be able to stroll the sidewalks and public areas of downtown, including the square, within the defined boundaries of the entertainment district, while drinking alcohol, as long as it's been purchased inside a licensed bar or restaurant within the district and it's in an approved container. Drinking alcohol from a can or bottle or alcohol purchased elsewhere under the open container law is still prohibited within the district. We feel that this is another step by the city to help maintain a vibrant and thriving downtown and will help spur more community events in our downtown and tourism.
And the genesis behind this is when the legislature passed Act number 2012-438. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. Questions, comments from the council in regards to Ordinance 422?
Okay, I wanted it to be known that this entertainment district does not include any churches.
Correct.
And any restaurants that's close to churches. And so, and the only other question I have is, because I know you mentioned that from uptown, that if I have a container, it has to have the name of one of the facilities that's in the district. Is that correct?
It's going to have to be an approved container per the ordinance. There are certain things that it could be a combination of those things that have to be on the container, such as it could be the downtown logo, the date of the community event, the logo of the community event, the licensee's logo, or a combination thereof. But the container will have to be approved for the specific event.
So I can't ride out of town and open up my trunk. I'm just using the example because I don't drink. Maybe don't even go to one. But let's just say, I can't open up my trunk and decide I'm gonna pull out one of my containers and drink from my trunk. Is that correct?
You cannot do that.
Okay. All right.
I cannot bring a cooler.
You cannot bring a cooler.
And because this entertainment district is in District 5, I want people from this, that lives in the surrounding area to understand that we're gonna have some kind of signage or something that will indicate where this district is. Is that correct?
That's correct. Not only, as we discussed upstairs, the licensees, the alcohol licensees that will be selling this alcohol to patrons to be able to go outside of the licensed premises. During when the entertainment district is open, we'll have a map of the district and hours of the district at their exits so that patrons can see that. And we'll also be getting sandwich board signs to put up in high traffic areas at the edges of the district. It might not get every edge, just mainly the high traffic areas at first, and we will look at more signage or more security measures as it goes along.
And this district would not be for me and Stephanie to have a birthday party. Is that right?
It has to be a community event. The, per the ordinance, a special community event is an event within the downtown entertainment district designated by the mayor, which is open to the general public and sponsored for a municipal, civic, charitable, community, or similar nonprofit profit purpose.
Well, the boundaries that you have set up right now, we did discuss upstairs, that it can be expanded, you know what I mean? That was, yeah.
Expanded or shrunk.
Yes, or reduced, if necessary.
But never to include churches.
Yeah.
But never to include churches. Is that right? Place where they have churches next to it. Is that right?
The council would have to approve any changes to the boundaries.
Okay.
All right, additional questions or comments from the council?
I just might have a comment. Thank you. I know this is something that we've talked about off and on for years now. And it's something that I wanted to see happen, but I wanted to make sure that we did it the right way. So I know that you've taken a lot of research of other communities and have, found out tips and tricks and best practices and pitfalls to avoid. So thank you for putting this together for us and being able to find something that addressed several concerns that we did have, but being able to find a safe and practical way to make this happen for us. So thank you for your work. Thank you.
I'll echo that and also thank my two colleagues on this side. I know some of you have been working on it for a while, but also Ms. Moultrie, who's this encompasses in her district, and she's asking a lot of very pertinent questions and brought up some very valid points to get us to the point that we are to pass this. And I appreciate her work and Ms. Baker's work, but we really do appreciate your work with putting all this together. And others in the mayor's office that I'm sure have assisted you some in this regard, so thank you. All right, with that, are there any other questions or comments regarding ordinance 422? If not, is there a motion to approve the ordinance?
So,
By Ms. Moultrie, seconded by
Second.
Ms. Baker. All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed? Any abstentions? Hearing none, ordinance 422 is passed. Thank you, council. We appreciate that. Thank you, Ms. Sanders. All right, we do not have any appointments this evening, and in the mayor's absence, we do not have a report from him. Is that correct, Rochelle? No report? All right. And so with that, Ms. McSwain Holland, we welcome your report and comments.
Again, thanks to Alyssa for all your hard work and telling us a lot of little details that you had to cover. And Ms. Moultrie, I bet no slack. Been there, I'm grateful for her and her attentiveness to her district and concerning her people that live there, as well as those churches and business owners. I'd like to thank the people that came out and helped out with the painting park last Saturday, Saturday before. It turned out awesome. It was just as God planned it. I want to thank Mr. Dan Smith and Cheryl Pennington with the rec department for coming out and getting hands-on with us. And I also want to thank the Kiwanis Club. They stepped up, and I really appreciate them for putting out their effort and coming out there early that morning. It truly was a warm day, but we got it done. I also would like to thank Mr. Greg Wallace with his organization for coming out and helping us out as well as the other family and friends that came. Once it was all done, it was nice, shiny, and it looked like new. And now I think we've got the mulch, the wood chips out, so we're hoping that the community is going to enjoy the work that's been put out, and looking forward to doing some more things in our community in District 1 for the joy of all of those that live there and those that live within the city of Detroit. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Baker?
I would also like to thank Dan McPhee, held an organizational meeting last night at the Rec Center for tennis leagues, or just people who are interested in taking lessons for adults and children. And it's a great example of our rec department, and specifically Mr. Dan Smith, being so responsive when people come to you with ideas or interests, that you really take those seriously. So thank you for those. I'd also like to offer public condolences to the Copeland family in the passing of Mr. Jimmy Copeland. He certainly has been a friend to our city and our community, and so his family is in my thoughts and prayers. That's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Moultrie?
I too would like to express the condolence to Jimmy's family, Ms. Martha, and all of those. Jimmy's been a friend to me for a long time, and he and his wife. So I send those condolences out. Also to all the other bereaved families that lost some loved ones and people that are sick, because this COVID seems to have peaked its head again. And so we just need to be mindful of each other and still be about protecting ourselves and those around us, especially our children, because there's not a vaccine that they can get those under 12 right now. So let's be mindful of our children. And I want to thank Sharon, Ms. Holland, for focusing on Hubert Manners Park. It's been a long time coming, so thank you for the great effort that you've shown in making sure our parks are around the city is just as good anyway. Okay? And last council meeting, I was talking about the different groups that were coming together for the betterment of our children, and I just so happened to miss one, which was Suso. And I want to apologize for that, because that young man is doing wonders with young men. And so it's a blessing, like Sharon said, when you have young people interested in groups of children. And I was glad when they get to a table, a round table, or whatever kind of table it takes for all of them to come together so we can maximize services to our children. Because that's all we have left is our future, is our children. So no matter what race and nationality these kids are, it's time that we focus on that. And whatever we have for our children in this community, let it be about being just as the best that it could be. And let's stop half-stepping with one part of the city and fully developing one part. Let's be about a city that's totally developed. That was nice.
Thank you, Ms. Moultrie. I too want to pass condolences on to the Copeland family. Mr. Jimmy and I have spent many a day and time walking the halls of the State House, working on various issues and projects together, and just running into each other as I was doing my work and he was doing his. He was a great man and a great friend. I know Miss Martha, I know Chad, I know the rest of the family members are gonna really miss him, probably more than we do. But the Troy and Pike County is a better place because of Jimmy Copeland, and I'm grateful to him. Also, our All-Stars teams that are out there, I know a lot of them are probably leaving this week to go to their various places in Louisiana and Mississippi and those places to play in these World Series, and congratulations to them. Also, safe travels while they go there and as they return. This is a great place to live. We got good department heads, great department heads. But this is a great place to live, and especially when we all work together, great things happen. And I know this community will continue to work together to make great things happen. And I thank my colleagues for that more than anything. And with that, Pastor, you didn't get recognized earlier, but thank you for being here this evening with our other guests. I'm not going to leave the preacher out. We may all need him one day. Need some help from the preacher from time to time. So, Pastor, thank you for being here as well, and thank you to our guests for bringing your comments and your concerns about our community. We will all work together to make our community a better place. And with that, a motion to adjourn is in order. Thank you. We are dismissed.